Hello everyone, this is episode 9 of Spelunky. So, the last couple of days, I've been going around and I've been looking at all my favorite YouTubers and I've been watching their first videos and trying to get a feel of, how they started out and compare it to how I'm starting out. And I have to say that it made me feel a whole lot better about what I'm doing. Like, they all just seem just as awkward as I am and just as unable to keep their commentary going as I am. And I think that's just a normal part about doing this kind of thing, is that you expect one thing and it's an entirely another. And also, you're trying to act or feel, you want people to feel like you are a certain way. You want people to like you, trying to think of the right thing. But it really has helped me feel good about my beginnings. I'm not saying that I'm any good or I'm going to be any good, but I am saying that, it's nice to know that it's a common quality in people that, when you put yourself out there or when you do something where people can judge you, but it's nice to know that we all feel pretty much the same way about it. It's awkward and strange, but it also gives me hope that things will get better. That, I'll be able to more adequately provide an entertainment series that people are going to want to watch and participate in. The one thing that I didn't learn is, how to be more articulate or what to talk about still. But I'm sure that will come in time, like all things do. I do have a story that I want to tell, and I don't know if it's funny or if it's just me, it was situational, but I don't really have anything else to talk about, so that's what I'm going to talk about. So, I'm not exactly a thin guy. I'm pretty fat, and that means that I don't regularly go out and exercise. I used to walk everywhere. I was never skinny, but I was a heck of a lot smaller than I am now. And so when I do go walking, I walk pretty slow. Pretty lumbering and, heavy breathing and all that lovely stuff. And one of the things growing up for me was that I never, really desired having a car. To me, having a car was, extra. It was on top. It was special. You didn't really need a vehicle to get around because I grew up not in a city, but in a very large town where you could pretty much just walk everywhere where you needed to go. So, 2 nights ago now, I went for a walk and I was going to the store to buy candy because, like I said, I'm a fat guy. But as I'm walking along, I noticed that the ground is just all wet and everything. And they've been doing a lot of construction. I think I've mentioned it before that they're doing construction outside of my house. And I look up and I see this vehicle and it's just putting along, just not even going. I couldn't even believe that it was still rolling. It was going so slow up this hill, and I'm looking at it and I'm actually walking faster than this car is driving along. And to me, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen, because here's this, fat guy who doesn't walk, doesn't exercise, can barely move, and I'm lumbering along at a snail's pace, and this vehicle is falling behind me somehow. I just, it makes me smile. It really makes me laugh. It kind of, in my head, you know, validates the fact that you don't really need a vehicle, that you can get along just fine without one. Oh no. Okay, so I don't know if you guys picked that up or saw that, but one of the things that just happened was that I got a new character. I unlocked a new character. And then when I dropped down, there was another character down there, so I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get that. Well, I'm dead now. Yep. Yeah, like I said, I don't know if that's a funny story or an entertaining story, but it's pretty much the only story I got right now. So, there it is. Oh, just took a drink. In case you heard that, which you probably did. Oh, the last episode, I didn't have my timer done, and I was really concerned about the time when I really shouldn't have, because I checked it, and it's 23 minutes, which is a perfectly acceptable amount considering I'm aiming for the 20-minute mark, and the fact that I didn't have anything running. This episode I do. I have the timer running, so that'll help. I don't know if I've said this before, but it really feels like when you have the timer sitting there looking at you, it actually feels harder to say things, like to think of things to say, because I think that you're like being timed, or there's an expectation there, when really the timer's right there to make sure that my episodes don't go so long that it takes, you know, like 9 hours to upload them. And honestly, that's the only reason for the arbitrary time amount. It's not like I sit down and I'm like, oh hey, you know, I'm only gonna play 20 minutes of video games today. That definitely does not happen. I spend a lot of time on games, so yeah. It's just there so that when I upload to YouTube, I don't take 7.5 hours, because that one time, that was ridiculous. I don't understand sometimes how this game is supposed to work. Like, just then I dropped down and I took fall damage, but I'm not sure exactly how I'm supposed to avoid taking that fall damage other than using an item. I had thought that there was always going to be a way for your character to get through without having, like, being forced to use an item, but apparently that's not true. Because I honestly don't know how else I would have gone down if I didn't have a parachute or bombed my way through a different section. Oh, that has to be one of the stupidest things I've ever done. I was trying to peek down. That's why I was laying down in front of it. And I didn't even think about the fact that the spikes were going to come out and kill me. Oh, that was so disappointing. That's the kind of thing where you're like, that was a stupid mistake. Like, that could have been completely avoided. It was entirely my fault. Those are the types of things that you just want to throw down the controller and say, screw it, I'm done. Great. A weapons shop, and I have no money. Dang it. I was really hoping that the exit would be on this side and I wouldn't have to, like, traverse anything like this. Oh, turned out better than expected. I can't remember if I explained already that I'm really just trying to run for the end and get there as fast as possible, and I'm not worrying about items or about points or anything like that. Although I probably should have worried about those spikes. I'm just trying to get them open. Get all the areas open, and then when I finally have all the areas down pat, I'll be able to do a full run from one life beginning to end. So if I'm skipping over stuff or it looks like I'm ignoring things, I probably am. Oh, maybe I should have got that machete. Yeah, I'm definitely not making this run. You know, you'd think that I might be upset with dropping down and losing 2 hearts, but no, that seems to be the average that I lose anyway. So the fact that, you know, I got through with just 2 hearts and I made it straight to the end, that's not too bad. Also, rushing water in a graveyard? What's up with that? We're combining different zones now? I don't know if I'm gonna ever do a completionist type thing where I try to get every possible item or every possible ending, or I don't even know if there is multiple endings in this game, but I'm not really big on doing completionist type stuff anyway. Maybe, every once in a while if I really like a game and I've played it, 100 times already, I'll try to do something like that. But that's not really the way that I play games. It's not one of the personal goals I set or anything. Dead are restless. Okay. Does that mean like there's extra zombies? Oh, come on. Oh, I keep running past this. I don't know. The first few episodes were really boring because of the audio issues, so I don't know if everyone knows, this is the entrance to the mines. This is the first stage. It's what I keep skipping to go to the jungles. And this is the tutorial section. It wasn't that bad. It really just shows you the mines, like the very, very basic of the game. How to use items and what a damsel is and stuff like that. I think that the person in the tutorial is supposed to be like your predecessor. I haven't really paid too much attention to the storyline. I mean, games like this don't really need a plot. It's don't die and run. I don't even know how you would get out of a situation like that. It couldn't jump down spikes, couldn't jump on the platform, spikes couldn't jump up plant. Well, that was fun. I love being attacked 4 times in a row. And being unable to retaliate in any way. That's definitely what this game is about. Alright, fine. That's what this game's about. Completely dying. That's going to be the it for today. I really don't have anything to say. I thought I did, but I don't. I hate when that happens. But I'll see you again next time, guys.